Hello, everyone. I'm coming to you from my own home today, not inside my car. My family's out of town for a few days, so I actually have a quiet place at home to do this recording. So I'm doing it there. Um, so I want to talk to you about a very common uh, problem, obstacle that people have when it comes to maintaining a fitness level or continuing to make forward progress, chasing their gains, that kind of stuff. When life happens, right? So it's I've been training for almost 10 years now, and I can't tell you how many times someone has had a kid that's gotten really sick, or a spouse that lost a job, or a parent they were going to have to move into assisted living, or going through a divorce or a really hard breakup, something like that, something that just has kind of made life extra stressful. And a common question is, how do you continue to make progress or even maintain progress you've made when life kind of explodes? So for me, my answer has been a pretty simple one for the last several years, and I feel like it's a pretty solid one, and so I want to share that with you today. So my answer is this: when things like that happen, if work is extra stressful, if you've lost a job, if you're going through a loss of a relationship, whatever, there are a lot of things that are out of your control. You may not be able to control your stress load at work. You can't control other people's decisions. You can't control illnesses. Those are out of your control. You can't control financial stress. If someone's lost a job or something like that, or been laid off. There are certain aspects of life stress that you just can't do anything about, right? So what I tell people is this: there are things you can't control. So control what you can control, right? And what I mean by that is this: well, there may be many factors that you can't control at all. There are some things that you have control over, okay? You can control what you eat and how much. You can control how much water you drink. You can control probably whether or not you are able to get some exercise in. Okay, you can try your best. Now, stress makes this one especially tricky, but you can try your best to get some sleep, right? Not staying up, wasting away hours trying to be distracted from the stress, watching TV, playing on Facebook, that kind of thing. So there are some things, typically, I'm not going to say always, but typically there are some things that you have control over. Now, I think the trick is when life explodes and things become very stressful, and there are things that are out of your control, I think the tendency is to go, well, that's out of control, and so I'm just going to kind of say, screw it, and not be in control of anything. And then you're sort of at the whim of circumstances. And I think it's a really common thing. I've done it myself. I talked, a few months ago about, when my second daughter was born, and for, I don't know, like 5 or 6 months, I just ate like crap, and it was just a very stressful time, very stressful situation, kind of her birth and everything. And I didn't work out for like 5 or 6 months. I didn't do any of the things that I'm telling you to do. So I get it. I totally understand. So there's no judgment here. But at the same time, there are things I could have done, right? I could have watched what I ate better. I could have done some short, quick workouts. I could have tried to take care of myself better through that time. And the thing is, if I had done that, if I had controlled what I could control, I would have felt a lot less out of control. I would have felt a lot less at the whim of my circumstances. And I think that's really important in those times of stress, is to realize that oftentimes, I would say most often, you are able to control some things. You do have some control. While life may be kind of handing your butt to you in a lot of ways and taking control of a lot of aspects of your life, there are some things that you are still able to control, some things that you are still able to decide when, what, and how they happen. And if you decide to control the things that you can control, your food, your exercise, your sleep, maybe your hydration, that kind of thing, it's a lot easier to kind of weather the storm, I think, because you realize that you are still in control of some things, that you're not just at the whim of circumstances, that you can maintain some progress, that you might be able to make some progress. You're certainly going to feel a whole lot better enduring that stress. So that's it. When things are out of control, control what you can control. Okay? There are some things that you can still manage, most likely. Manage those things. It will help you minimize your stress, help you minimize your frustration, and make it a lot easier to get through.